Welcome back to
We have
Under the
options.
Finfluence. Damn it, Ethan. I had a roll there. I had a riff. I was going to riff it.
Keep that. Can we just start with damn it, Ethan?
Damn it, Ethan. Welcome back to Under the Finfluence. This week's guest, we have Adriana Naranjo. She's in Costa Rica. I met her long ago in undergrad at Hawaii Pacific University, and then we connected again. Gosh, about 10 years ago this fall in Guadalupe, checking out white sharks in all of their glory. And here we are again for Under the Finfluence. Adri.
Hey.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Hell yeah.
I needed finger guns for that one.
Pew, pew, pew. Love it. Well, typically to break the ice, even though we've already tried, we try to do a fin fact, a shark ray fun fact. I hope you guys came prepared. Jules literally just texted me like 5 minutes before this to remind me to do mine. Luckily she did. I'll go first, I guess.
Do it.
Go.
That I sharks, some of them have belly buttons. Not all of them. I think that's a pretty cool fact.
Wait.
Some of them do, some of them don't. So some of them, like us.
Yes.
Right?
Live birth. Okay. Got
Yep,
it.
they're viviparous. So they actually have like a little button, I guess, like where their umbilical cord would have been attached when they were in their mother. So that's like bulls, lemons, sharks like that. A lot of the ones I think kind of have around here in Florida. But then our other sharks are ovoviviparous. I always mess it up. And viviparous, they don't have that because they came from eggs. It's kind of crazy.
Do we know if they retain this belly button, or is this the young of the year mark? Sidetrack.
It's like more prevalent when they're younger. And then it like kind of like disappears as they get older. But it's not like a belly button as in like some doctors tying up their umbilical cord.
Right.
When they're born.
Shark scale
It's
version.
like a little nothing. So that's my fact.
Okay. I wrote down a couple. I don't know which direction to go. Let's see. I'll do one. I won't do them all. I just think of I don't like vibe.
Save yourself for the future.
Okay, so my fact for this week involves the changing oceans and the acidification of our planet, and basically looking at the slow degradation of the current enamel of shark teeth. So if we're on track with current trends, I think it's 2300 that year, sharks will no longer be able to retain their current tooth structure because
I read that.
Yeah, this is a new one. This is and it's really interesting because that was something that I had learned at HPU was about ocean acidification, kind of changing the calcium carbonate structure of shells, and sea snails and things, but I just had never crossed my mind that like shark teeth would be unable. I mean, 300 years of evolution, who knows, but Adri, it's your turn.
300 years.
Well, mine actually
2,300 year was like that level of the second.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read that one a few days ago. Crazy. Mine is not that scientific. When I was reading the the memo, I was like, oh, I have one, but like it's like a subjective fact.
That's great.
Lay it on us, sister.
I realized with the baby sharks that I tag that the species have like very specific personalities. Like for example, when we tag tiger sharks, they're like, and they're kind of like that one. I feel like when they get bigger as well, like they're like slow, like these guys, we bring them like close to the boat and they kind of like play dead. They're like, just do whatever you want with me and like make this happen quick. And then, for example, like the black tips like are like freaking crazy. They like do backflips and everything while we're trying to like get them close to the boat. And then the hammerheads kind of are like freaking out, kind of like trying to fight us, but then they're like, okay, just like relax. Maybe the tiger sharks told them to relax and it'll be easier as well.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know, but we've like that's what I've been kind of like. I'm like the tigers are always like just like the black tips are like crazy. The hammerheads are like just scared. The bulls are wet as well. The bulls are kind of like do whatever you want with me. I don't know, but it's something like, it's like not one individual, but I've been seeing it with like different individuals of different species, and I'm like, huh, they have like kind of like when they get adult, they also have their own personalities a little bit. But that's my fact.
They get these species dispositions. I like this. I like because it's kind of on the edge of like what we can define, behaviors and or boldness or characteristics when we speak about other animals, right? But like I agree with you that there's very apparent like you can tell, and individuals too, but like species. Yeah, what is it that makes them like the hammerheads just know they're like, if I'm on this hook for 2 hours, I will be dead. And the sharks, the tiger sharks, just like, leave me overnight and I'll be good in the morning. Like they're so hardy.
I've totally seen it as well.
And I don't know if you've noticed, but something as well, like for example, the tigers are super smelly. They stink. They're so stinky.
They got that urea going. They got that.
Yeah.
My gosh, yeah. For me, they're like the stinkiest of them all.
Because they pee through their skin.
Is it? You think it's the skin, or like I know that they, at least when I was working with them, they also tended to distend their stomachs more than other species.
I've seen that only in tiger shark, and not all. I've only really seen it once where we like pulled the line, and we were like, "What's wrong with this shark?" Like, oh my god, it's like a deflated balloon, just like.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, how does it not snag on all of those teeth and hook and everything? It just like slurps back. It's so weird. That's a lot of shark facts.
I've seen that.
Guys. This is good.
I actually didn't understand what was going on, but I've seen that with the tigers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting.
They're like fight or flight, vomit.
It's not a great thing when they do it. But yeah, I mean, we had them like throw up once an entire like seagull. We're like, it just
bizarre.
eaten, and we had like a seagull on the deck, and not fun. That also smelled. Yeah,
that also smelled. Digestive juices, urea in the skin. Let's move along. Adriana, tell us a little bit more about who you are and where you come from and what you're doing and wherever you want to take this platform.
Okay.
Please, let's get off barf.
Please, let's sing.
So I am a Costa Rican. I always was fascinated with animals in general. And then I got into scuba diving thanks to my dad and started getting really into the ocean in general. And then I got the opportunity to go to Cocos and dive with sharks. And then when I just like completely fell like head over heels with sharks and how magnificent they were. So yeah, when I graduated high school, I started looking for like colleges that I could go and study marine biology and like come back to Costa Rica and try to find a way to help sharks in Costa Rica. And that's kind of been like my journey basically, like, and also I do surfing and things like that in here, so pretty much always like around the ocean. It's really nice. Yeah.
That's what I remember. I remember because you might be a hair younger than me, and I think I met you like maybe I was a couple years into undergrad, and I was like, she's so cool. She's like skating and surfing and like ripping everywhere. I was like, damn, I scuba dive, I guess. I was like, she's cool though.
No, you also are super cool. And then you started working with like sharks, like
Corey, you got me
completely.
into this. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like,
so
wow,
how
that's
did you
crazy.
guys how did you guys meet then? So you guys went to undergrad together?
Mm-hmm.
That's the story.
We were not
here?
doing sharks. We were both just doing science. I mean, I was a gen bio, and you said environmental or
yeah, environmental.
Yeah, we were both.
Well, I was in marine biology, and then I just like couldn't do it with the math at like halfway through, and I was like, okay, I'm done with this.
Yeah, I had a marine science, a roommate in marine science with like Varas and all these like just kind of like hardcore professors and like a program that was like, I think it was designed as like a 5-year undergrad program. I was like, I don't know about this, guys. I am really good at the like, zoology side, but I wasn't super into modeling and everything until. Yeah, then we both went to grad school, I think, and then did sharks. But before grad school, or were you in grad school when we touched base in Guadalupe? Had you started or finished grad school?
Yeah, I was like halfway through it.
Okay.
Yep.
And then that was also for hammerheads.
Well, I was like couldn't get my thesis with sharks because I couldn't find somebody that would get me into a project. I mean, the funding was really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I like try to find somebody that would like be my mentor and I could get my like thesis for my master's in sharks, but it just didn't work out that way.
What was remind me then where you were doing for your master's then? It was also environmental science?
Yeah, it was marine and coastal sciences for my master's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did
But
you have a
yeah,
project?
it wasn't specialized in sharks.
No, yeah. Well, I'm getting a coral master's, so look at us go again. Not.
I'm like,
We
are
don't
you?
have to dwell. We'll not dwell on that. It's not done yet. It's in the queue.
In addition to.
And we want to hear about you and your processes. So tell us more. Tell us more about where you went from undergrad, and then it sounds like you went back to Costa Rica to do grad school, but then it was maybe different than you kind of were planning to do, but then now you're doing sharks with MT.
Yeah, so I came back to Costa Rica and Mision Tiburon was already like they started in 2009. So when I left Costa Rica, when I left to go to Hawaii to study, they started like their project and I was like, man, I want to be like working with them. And I like did a little bit of volunteer work with them. Every time like I would come back, I would try to tag along whatever they were doing. So when I came back and I started doing my master's, I really tried to find a way to like get into like working with them and finding like a way I could help with doing a research and doing my thesis with sharks. But for them, it's like, it's a lot, right? To have a student and their masters and all that. So it didn't work out that way, but I still kept on volunteering and I started doing my dive masters and my instructor certifications. Eventually, I don't know what was it, what happened that they like gave me a call and they're like, hey, we actually like, if you're interested, if you want to work with us, we have a spot available. I'm like, yeah.
They're like, you've been volunteering here for years and years. What do you think about a paid
Do you want
position?
to get paid for it?
Exactly. And I'm like always asking them like, hey, if you ever have a spot, like I'm your girl, please. And
That's
so they
The dream came true.
they took
Full
me
circle.
they took me under their wing and started showing me how to do the shark tagging, and then they also gave me the education program because it's super important like to be involved in the community, involve the kids and all that. So I didn't thought I was gonna be good with kids because I don't know.
These little fuckers.
Yeah. But it ended up like being really cool and very rewarding and I actually really enjoyed it. I found something like a new
That's
a
awesome.
new skill.
What are you doing with them? Are you taking them on the water, school stuff? What do you guys do?
So we go to different schools and we take like a program the whole year doing different activities. We do like mangroves, cetaceans to say in English.
Cetacean, same.
Cetaceans, there we go. Like all different activities like throughout the year, like taking them through different topics, and at the end, like we kind of give them like a certification. Right now, we're working actually with UNESCO.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and they have this certification that is called Blue Schools under UNESCO. So right now, yeah, we're doing the program, and now we have like a bigger certification than just like a recognition from Mision Tiburon. They actually are recognized under UNESCO and their program. And then we also have them go out to the field where we get them if we're able to get them certified. We have a group of kids that just got certified with this last week. We took them to a coral project. So they have like a restoration coral project. So they went diving. They helped out with the coral structures, cleaning the corals and all that. So it's pretty cool. And
What an experience for a kid.
Oh my God, I was like looking at like there are some of them that are like 10 years old and I see them like underwater, like with the corals cleaning, and I'm like, that is so sick. Imagine at that age, like being introduced to all those things.
You don't have them on scuba though. They're just snorkeling.
No, they're scuba diving.
Yeah, you can do at 10, you're like bubble maker or something, right? 10 to 12.
How does 11?
There's like
No, 10 they already are junior open waters.
There you go.
Bubble maker.
What?
Bubble maker's before?
At Jules, your girls only have a couple years.
8. Okay.
8 years old, and then at 10 they can be junior open waters.
Depth restrictions, I think. But yeah, that's super. I tried scuba, I think, when I was 12, and I was like, this is loud and weird, and I don't know about this. And then I did it later in life. I was like, hooked.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm staying.
Is all of the education programs and the MT work? You're in Golfo Doce for this whole program, or?
Yeah.
Tell us more about this place, because it's a hope spot or a heritage site. What is this? Tell us about the fjords.
Yeah, the fjords.
The warm ones.
The program, it is in Golfo Dulce and as well in Guanacaste, where Elena and Andres, that are the founders, they live in Guanacaste, and they also carry out the project in the north part of Costa Rica. And then they have me in the south part working in Golfo. And I mean, it's insane, but as well, all the communities in there, it's like Costa Rica, if you go to like the north part of Costa Rica, it's like very tourist based, and so a lot of income comes from tourism. If you go further south, it's like more country, like less hotels, which is, I love it personally. For me, it's way nicer. But for like the local communities, like the income, it's a lot of it, it's fishing. It's fishing communities and just extraction waste. So we're trying to like go in there and try to like find different opportunities for the communities. For example, we have a mangrove restoration program, which I'm not in charge of. It's one of the other scientists in Mision Tiburon. But these people, they go out and they go for pianguas, which are like a shell, like kind of like a how do you
like a conch or like a bivalve, like a mussel.
Yeah, but like a bivalve, exactly.
A big clam.
And it's so hard,
clam,
like
not a mussel.
Exactly, and it's like in the mangrove. It's so hard to like get to them, and they get so badly paid. But now they also have this side job that is restoring the mangroves, and they get paid better. It's less hours of work, and at the same time, they're restoring the super important ecosystem. So,
amazing.
Yeah. So we're trying to get it. Yeah.
You're creating economic value of like out of regeneration and conservation and restoration to kind of balance the extractive. We're extractive species as humans, but
I know
that's another conversation.
And then you're working with their kids as well.
Yeah, exactly. And the kids, exactly. So it's like a full circle. And the kids that also like have parents that are not involved in programs, but that they don't have an idea of like the importance of Golfo Dulce in general and all that. The kids come home and they like tell their parents what they learned in school or what they learned in this like field day. And the parents, every time we get more and more parents like wanting to like be part of the program, but we're like, yeah, we cannot take everyone. Like, we would love to take everyone, but we're like, it's.
So the parents want to like come take the kids class.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a good quality read. You're like, oh, we're making good returns, guys.
Yeah.
And the parents trust you too, which is great.
Yeah. It's a lot of responsibility, but it's really, really cool.
Do you have any of these students being like, Adri, can you take us to tag tiger sharks? Or are they like,
yeah, one day, guys. Although they will probably eventually go, because we do take like kids to tag sharks, but we haven't been able to take like specifically like these local kids. But yeah, hopefully this year they'll be going.
That's awesome.
Because what do you? Because MT also does tagging, and it's also in the fjords or also at Cocos, or tell us more.
Yeah. So it's basically up north in Guanacaste, they tag bull sharks, mantas a lot. And then in the south, they focus on the juveniles, right? And then in the Cocos, I think Cocos is the only oceanic island right now that Mision is tagging. They tag the adults as different species, a lot of species in Cocos. You've been there, right, Jules?
No, on my list.
I was supposed to go in a couple weeks and it just fell through. I like wasn't telling anybody because it's like one of those things, if you put it into the ether before it's like ready, it'll break down, but it broke down without that, so
no.
Hopefully soon.
Did you hear that, Ethan? Our first trip is to Cocos,
Ethan.
We've got a guide right here. She's local and everything. We'll do the bubble maker class.
Podcast will be at Coco's.
Yeah.
We'll do a live.
Deal
it is. Because I always still, I think I learned about Coco's from the rogue tiger diver interaction. That was like 2018 or something.
Recently.
Yeah, like not super recent, but not long ago. More recent would be another tragedy, but we're not going to bring that up.
But yeah, but
that's just the nature of sharks and the work that we do. That's part of our choices and responsibilities. And but as we talk about these other locations where shark tagging's happening for research questions, and I was like, those are oceanic mantas, right? In the north, you were saying, versus like reef mantas.
We actually don't get the reef mantas here in Costa Rica.
Wow, that is interesting. Yeah. They're all on the Big Island.
Yeah, they just stay there.
They just live. But you're doing more work with different pups more often than adults of a couple different shark species?
Correct. I actually
don't personally
work. I don't actually work with I don't know if I'm lucky or not. I would love to, but I would love to have first like Elena and Andres with me, because in Golfo we do have the adults, but where we go tagging, they are not there. They're only the pups. It's like a nursery ground.
Okay, right.
Yeah, in Cocos, Andres and Elena, they go with like team of fishermen and all that, because luckily I haven't been able to be taking all those trips. So I haven't had the experience of like you girls that you tag the big sharks. I haven't had that chance. Mine, like the biggest are like my size. I think that I've caught that is if I
still big.
I can see how tall we are when we're on a podcast.
Yeah.
5'50" m.
She's like, I'm 7'2", y'all.
I'm constantly saying I'm way larger than I am.
Are we men right now? What is this?
5'3". I'm average.
If I would lie, people would see me and they're like, "No, you're not."
She sits a little high.
Yeah.
Wait, but you've tiger sharks? You've never seen one larger than 5 feet?
Or tagged one?
We're tagging one? No. We actually, I think this last week, we had the biggest one, and it was actually, I think it was
centimeters.
It was a little less than 1.50 meters, because we measure in meters, so it's a little less than 1.50 meters. Or was it? Or was it a little bigger? Not really sure. But it wasn't.
How big did he want to be? How big did the shark? How big was his head?
Does it feel bigger than it is?
Yeah. No. Yeah. I definitely think
he already has
less than 1.50 meters.
Yay! But diving. What's the
head.
biggest shark you've seen diving too, though? Like a greater hammerhead?
Big shark?
Yeah. Oh, white shark.
The whale shark.
Or whale shark. Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's
whale
just
shark in Coco.
Color. I think I've only seen juvenile whale shark though too. I've never seen like a behemoth.
Yeah, I think the ones I saw could be a lot bigger. I think they were
growing.
They were not huge.
Yeah, they're big when they're small.
Bigger than 5 feet.
Actually, the first one I saw was just right before COVID in Caño Island, where I work here in the South Pacific. And it was coming in from the deep part, and it was it was murky. And I thought it was a tiger for a moment. I'm like, holy shit, that's a tiger shark. And then it came closer, and I'm like, that's a whale shark. But it was super young. It was not that big, and really curious. It just went around everybody and everything, but it was pretty cool. A little spooky at the beginning scene. I'm like, yeah. Caño is not a place that you see tigers. It's crazy. Like, you see them in Golfo Dulce. Caño Island, it's like an hour away, and you don't see tiger sharks there.
They have that broad nose though, probably, or the snout versus the so you probably, and then who expects a whale shark to just appear out of tiger sharks are more
especially that size.
Yeah, you expect them to just be popping out in weird places. That's cool.
Yeah, I don't know. When I think of a whale shark, I just think of it out there. I know they come in close.
It's just there somewhere.
It's out there.
They
gotta make their way out there.
I think.
And Jules is like, well, I haven't seen one.
I'm like, just give them my card, and then they'll know where to find me. I think
That's an interesting
Yeah,
sorry,
there's
go ahead.
like yeah, there's work like you were saying. There's work on like the Sea of Cortez and for whites and the whale sharks, which would
it's just
be yeah
coming to
could
the
potentially
nursery.
explain
It's
why
like I hear Adriana's
warm,
got baby
shallow.
sharks and small children over here. He's like, I'm just but a wee whale shark. No, I was gonna say the only or the memorable like footage that I've seen of whale sharks that are like in like you're just like that is a bus. I think and now I'm confusing if it was Galapagos or the Rivieros too at like Socorro area. They get as buses.
Just last week or 2 weeks ago, my boss is tagged because I don't know what's happening, but well, no, I do know what's happening. Like this time, this time of year, there's the how does it called? El domo térmico, the thermal
El
dome. I don't know if you
Nino.
say it like that.
Oh yeah, the heat dome. I saw that
Hmm.
on
Yeah,
the NASA satellite thing.
yeah. So this time of year, it moves closer to shore. So the water this time of year up north in Costa Rica gets really, really cold because of that. And this year, it's brought a lot of whale sharks, but they've stayed around the area. And there's been tons of people like reporting whale sharks. And Mision managed to put a satellite tag on the first whale
Hey,
shark here in Costa Rica. And they've been tagging it around, and it's been
hey.
really interesting,
Some may
I had
say
them.
it's climate change.
right?
Um, I mean, it sounds like you guys have built such an amazing program down there, but it can't be easy working in small communities like this. What are some of the challenges you guys come up against?
Well, a lot of the local community likes us, and also there's a part of like I think it happens with a lot of scientists that some people are like, no, these people are coming here to probably just like put a ban on us
Mm,
fishing and things like that. So we do have support from the local community, but there's also parts of certain communities that they they don't want to have anything to do with us. And also, I think that's also because of misinformation among people, like kind of like people talking and saying things that are probably not true.
Perceptions or something or differ from your
Yeah,
work.
but I mean, hopefully those things like as we keep on working and keep like getting more and more involved in the communities and trying to find ways to help them, it will change perspective that we're not there to impose, we're there to help because
mm,
that's basically like what we're doing. Like we are not those type of NGOs that we go in and we're actually
Extract.
trying to like yeah, and make it harder for people to have a living, right? Everybody needs to eat, and in the area in Golfo Dulce, it's so important for people to be able to fish. So
mm.
the idea is that they just learn that they should probably like let go the sharks and find other species because
Better
they're
practices. You can kind of like
yeah,
inform.
Right. More
exactly,
alive
they're
kind of
better
stuff.
as well. There's so much other species in there, and that they get better paid for those type of fish, like a snapper or a oh my god, I'm forgetting my English, but corvinas. I don't want to say those in English.
Corvina, yeah.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Like there's so many different species, and the thing is that it's crazy because in Golfo, I don't know, I didn't thought what that it was like that when I started working in there. That you throw your like we have to like get the babies by fishing them in. We use special hooks and all that. But I thought it was gonna be a lot harder to fish a shark. I thought there was gonna be a lot of like bycatch, and we actually like mostly fish sharks. It's crazy. So you understand why for a lot of fishermen it's just easier just to like bring in the sharks because it's a lot of what they
They're
actually go out and
prevalent.
get.
How
Yeah.
are you guys fishing? Real are you guys don't set lines, are you hand lining or are
You
you
know,
like real are you so you're just
we
hand
use fishing poles. I don't know if that's the same as hand line.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well no
Yeah.
keep going, sorry.
No, yeah, the hand line is different. Yeah. But we don't use the long like we don't make long like lines because those can keep well that's what I've of my boss's opinion, like they can leave the sharks for a long time in the hook and you don't realize. So it's better if you have like the line in your hand and you feel something is biting, you immediately
Mm.
reel it in. Also less chance of them like eating the hook and things like that. So yeah, it's three of us. It's only three of us, including the captain.
Hey.
We sit out for like 8 hours with a fishing cane in our hand under the sun. And yeah, wait for something to eat the bait and reel it in. And like I was saying, a lot of times we actually have a shark.
Yay!
Eh,
That's awesome.
It's always nice to catch when you're fishing. Because sometimes you just sit out there all day and you're like talking stories.
It's not catching, it's fishing.
There you go.
Yeah. To the point that everybody's just sitting quietly afterwards, like nobody wants to talk anymore.
Yeah. The boat snacks are gone.
We've all been there. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's hot. Yeah.
But you're tagging, or you're doing little IDs, or when you catch them? Is that what you're looking at?
Yeah. We basically do a lot of conventional tags, like just like the ones you can see, write down the number, and if somebody recaptures them, they let us know that they had a shark that we tagged, and hopefully they will send us a video where they release it. But if they don't release it, they also it says the information in the
data
tag.
point.
So if they don't release it, they also sometimes will let us know that it was already dead or whatever, and they let us know where they found it. And then when we get the chance, but that one is more Andres with those tags, we put acoustics in the baby ones, and the satellite ones. I don't know if we have put yet satellites on the juveniles. I think they might be too big for the
they might spend more time underwater too than like surface oriented. Maybe also
maybe.
Or
so if you're doing acoustics, do you guys have an array out there, or who maintains the acoustic array?
The receivers
in Costa Rica. Yeah, the receivers.
The receivers, Mision maintains them, but there's also other NGOs that have different what is it called? The receivers. So we have like tags that also so they also work in other people's receivers. So
that's
but
cool.
right now we actually have to go and put more receivers in different parts of the Gulf that we're still missing with receivers. Yeah.
And that's it's mostly juveniles you're seeing, like juvenile hammers or something. What are you seeing?
Yeah, the other day we had a one that was like probably like already like 3 years old. Like it looked like, because they usually take like 3 to 4 years in the Gulf, and then eventually they, close to the 4th year when they're reaching their sexual maturity, they go out to the island. So this one was probably soon about to leave
the verge.
Golfo. Yeah, so cool. Like, yeah, those are the ones, the bigger ones. They are there, but we don't go to those spots, especially tigers. There's big tigers in Golfo.
Well,
but we don't go
they
to
might be picking off some of those at the nursery too, right?
For sure.
When they leave.
Oh, rough life, shark life.
Yeah. And what else? Yeah, and with the tagging also, like for example, the acoustics have shown us the time that they've spent in the Gulf, right? But the ones in Cocos that are with satellites are the ones that have shown the connection between Cocos and Galapagos, Malpelo, to those nursery grounds.
Is that the
triangle? So yep, exactly. So it's been really cool. And so we found a connection between that. And now we're trying to find connections between Golfo and Isla del Caño, which is this island that I was telling you guys that we see the great hammerheads. Because we have the pups in Golfo and we have the adults in Caño Island. So we're trying to see if there's a connection in there.
Yeah.
But
where is that relative to your like oceanic island triangle? Is that like outside or inside that kind of like known connectivity zone?
It's actually like no, it's a very small island, 1 hour away from Golfo, from like where we are tagging the sharks. It's one of our best like diving sites. It's you go on the boat for an hour and you get there and you have like oceanic mantas. You get not all the time, but you get whale sharks. You get the great hammerhead. It's super. They call it like the Cocos Island for the poor people.
Hey, let's go, Ethan.
That's it. We should go there instead. Great diving. That's what I heard.
Yeah. You can see a hammerhead without going to Coco.
Ayo. The graders are big. They are their size is greater for sure versus the scallop.
They are great. I love scallops, so they're so pretty.
From a boat, but they was big.
We used to get them we get them in Miami somewhat regularly. Yeah, we had I was in college, we had like a 15 some odd footer once, and it like fell on my head when I was in the water. I like felt the weight of that animal. I was in the water, like something right next to it. I was like, oh my God, did I just die? No, I was fine. It's like one of those moments where you like scan your body for a second and then decide how to react. You know, like it was on the platform.
Wait, how did that happen?
Yeah, no one understands what you're saying, Chris.
We were tagging it, right? And so they'd like, what they would do is they would take the sharks and pull them up on like jet ski platform.
Okay.
And then I was the photographer. So this is back when it was all cowboy shit. And like I was the only one allowed in the water at the time, and they didn't allow anybody else in the water. Just me and my little camera. And so every single shark we had, I jumped in and swam with it. But this one, because it was so big, they were like, don't swim right in front of it like normal. We have a bunch of students just like get next to it on the platform. And then when we push it off, you'll just like swim behind it as opposed to like in front of it. And so when they pushed it off, it like shook and fell off the side instead of just like going down the ramp. And it like landed on me. And I was just like, I'm fine. I'm fine.
I'm just imagining this like hammerhead just like torquing you in your skull. Like...
Yeah, well, I mean, it took off because it was like shook. It was like I just got abducted by aliens and then pushed off and I hit something. Like, I'm out of here.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna get out of here too. Thank you. I could have. It's amazing I didn't have a concussion. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't imagine. Like, the little ones have so much, and the little ones are so strong. I can't imagine, like, a big one. Like, holy cow.
Yeah. It didn't, like, swim or anything. It just, like, hit me, and I, like, you know, went down in the water with it and then just slid out. Because they don't, like, they're, like, you know, we were talking about earlier, the big ones, like, especially, they don't, like, they're not as hyper. So they take longer to react to things.
Well, they're on the predator side.
They're
on the predator side of that seesaw. They're no longer on the like bite size prey.
Yeah, it was like, what's this little like ant that just fell on me?
Her name's Christine. Squeesh.
Was. Well, I feel like that's kind of a really good transition to Chum Diaries.
Wow. You guys will please tell me your stories. I want to hear your stories.
You just got one.
I got some of those in my back pocket.
But it's about you today.
Yeah. You got to tell us something weird or crazy or exciting or gross or fill in adjective here.
The thing is, I don't really have like exciting stories with the sharks. They have all gone pretty mellow, and I work with the little one, so it's like nothing. It's like very high
diving.
Adrenaline.
What about like diving or like from white sharks or just from like, I don't know. You gotta have one crazy story somewhere.
Or education or something your eureka moment.
She's like, I got barreled at pipe once, but it's low-key.
She's like, I'm way more safe than you guys and more professional, okay?
Get your shit together.
Why do you have stories like this?
No, I like what you girls do is so cool. No, I have one diving, but it's like very, very like but I was
You're selling it.
I was really scared about I didn't know I was gonna be scared. I even thought about Jules and like ocean and things like that when I like the thing is we were diving in Caño. And I was already back at the surface, and I was with one of my like really good friends. She was about to leave to Cocos Island, and she wanted to have one last dive before going to Cocos. And I certified her like all the way through for her to go to Cocos. So it was like, yeah, I was like just hugging her and being like, yeah, you're going to Cocos. Like your next dive, you're in Cocos. And we had really good dive. As we're waiting, like the boat, like one of the other groups, like drifted super far away. So we're just like waiting there at the surface. And for some reason, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to put my mask back on and just see like what's down there. Like maybe I entertain myself with something going by while I wait for the boat. And I had like my mask around my neck and I like looked like just grab it up, like looked down. And this big bull shark was coming like this, like up straight to us. And he was like, Caño sometimes is really good visibility, but a lot of the times it's a little murky. So like from the murky water, I'm just seeing like this big fat thing coming up, and I'm like, is that a tiger? And I look at it, I'm like, oh no, wait, that's a bull shark. And I'm like, oh wow, that's a bull shark, and it's coming straight to us. And I like put my head out, and I'm like, shark! And my friend looked at me like she just saw like my eyes, and I'm like I wasn't like, oh shark. He's like shark, and then like she like
alert.
Like she looks down, and like we had this big bull like just like around our fins, like super close, like pecs down, moving its jaw, and I'm like, man, like I don't know, this
He's
this
like,
is not nice. Like,
GTFO, bitches, this is my ocean.
Yeah.
yeah, I was like, holy shit, this is like, I'm not liking this, and I'm telling my friend, I'm like, don't lose eye contact with it, and we're like at the surface, like just going around and banging our tanks against one another, like just like
it's like drawing
so
it closer.
Circus.
Oh my
yeah.
god! I later on, I'm like, I think what should I have done there? Like go back down, meet it at eye level.
I mean, there's never one answer. It's so situational. So you're the best in that situation. You're reading their behavior as you already described. It's not like, putting your fins out. You could try going down, but then you might be like
about my fins, but I had a rental fin that day, like the rentals that we have, and it was like this tiny fin, and I'm like, if I stick my fin out, it might probably just get my foot as well. Like it was like this. I thought about my fin. I'm like, I don't know if that's gonna work.
Not getting your deposit back.
Yeah, just paying
like
that's cool.
Or moving, you can always just kind of like slowly vacate whatever, because that's ultimately right. You never know what they're perceiving or what's striking their chord to be like they're on alert. Is cause your alert or whatever.
Yeah, and for it to come
and you're
up
still
from
here
the reef.
with all your toes, so you did good.
Yeah. So I like was trying to call the boat because the boat was really far away, and I was trying to call the boat, keep eye contact, keep my friend calm, call the boat. Oh my god, it was hectic. At the end, like the boat was hearing me like kind of like screaming from like far away, and they're like, "What's going on? Like there's like what is she telling?" And they're like, let's go check it out. So they like kind of like they thought like something bad was happening because like I was like they were hearing me screaming. I was like
tank banging, like king, king, king. There's just like
I was calling just the captain's name out. I'm like, calling the captain's name to see if he could hear me, and he's like, I think she's like shouting for me. So he like when the boat started getting close, like we had it there for a while, and when the boat started getting close, it just like disappeared. And my friend after that, instead of going like, no, my friend after that, she was going to Coco's, so she was petrified after that. She was so scared. I was like, that wasn't like the idea.
She wasn't excited about it. She survived, Nothing
that was her last test. You gave her the final hurdle to make it.
It's just a practice run,
I pushed the button and it came up from the bottom.
Exactly. Oh my god. Yeah. But she went to Coco's, but she was a little bit scared with the tigers when like they would show up in the safety stop and things like that. She was like, oh. And I'm like, I think I traumatized her.
Healthy respect.
Well, no, the bull shark traumatized her.
Healthy respect.
Yeah, that takes you far.
You handle the situation.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yay!
Cool.
That was cinematic.
I love it. Well, is there anything you want to plug at this point? Do you have any papers coming out, any projects?
Where can our guests follow you and your work until you're tagging the big ones?
Well, they can follow our work in Mision Tiburon. That's the name of the Instagram of the project. My name is kind of hard to follow because it seems like it's called
The Hoyos. Right. Some patas? I know what that means, but other people don't know what that means, Adri.
So I had a dog with one eye, and my other dog had 3 legs. So in total, they were 3 eyes and 7 legs.
Hey,
that's awesome. Yeah, that's my Instagram name. You can find me there. And in the website of Mision Tiburon, you can find more like our papers and things like that with our research that we've been doing. Also with our education program. So that's basically it.
I think your like one of your videos with the like an aerated pup too. I thought that was so cool. I totally jacked that from like learning from your video. I was like, that looks like a wise step in the release process. Yes.
Make sure they can breathe. Yes.
Yes. I was like, the one time I did it, I was like, it looks like I'm just like, the poor thing's so little and I'm used to it being like so big. I was just like, oh no, like breathe. Yeah.
With the little baby hammerhead, you can even grab it a little bit from like softly from the head. and like swim it, and they.
I
And
can't
it's like,
imagine you just like winging it.
it's like,
He's like, I'm dizzy.
yeah.
Oh, bless. Okay, let's link this. And thank you so much, Adri, for joining us today. That was an amazing chum diary and a super informative just podcast episode.
Loved it.
Yeah, thank you for sharing with us, and I love that it's so full circle, and I'm so happy for you and where you're at.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, it was so great to get to know you.
Same.
Find us next on Cinco de Mayo.